Morning, everybody. So I can see a few coming in already. So a few regulars. Morning, Berta and Bruna and Francis, Jackie, Julie, Lorraine, Marva. Marva, are you new? If you're new and it's your first session today, my name's Karen. I run Fit to Relax London. If you've got any medical conditions or anything I need to know about before we start the class, you can put it in the chat at the top on the screen and I can make allowances. I know one lady asked last week about doing some chair-based exercise. So I do have my chair this week. So if anybody wants to start the class sitting on a chair rather than standing today, then you're more than welcome. We'll just wait for a few more to come in. Who else have we got? Rashida. Pat, morning Pat. It's looking a bit windy out there, Pat, for getting in the park, but we'll have a go. We'll try. After this, we're meant to be heading out from one of my first group sessions. Ooh, back to group sessions in the park. That'll be good. So yeah, if you have any issues, if you have any medical issues or anything I need to be aware of, please put it in the chat before we start. And we have Lisa with us again today. So if there's anything you're unsure of or anything you want me to check on, then please put it in the chat. But if you know you have any medical issues or have been advised against doing any particular exercises, then please make sure that your own health, you're taking care of your own health as you do the session. And if anything doesn't feel right or you have any sharp or any shooting pain suddenly, please come out of the movement and come back and put something in the chat for us to check. So we'll just give it a couple of minutes. I don't know how many we've got booked today. We had 17 booked last week. Woo. So we've got 11 in at the moment. So we'll give it just a couple of minutes. So if anybody has got any questions before we start, then please let me know. Otherwise, if you want to come up standing, I've got my chair today at the side today. I might have to move it a little bit at one point. So we're going to come up to stand to begin with feet hip width apart. You can either work with, if you've got socks on, I have my socks on because I was a little bit chilly this morning, but it's better to work without socks if you can. Okay, so a few hip issues today. Okay. So Francis, can you let me know in the chat how long ago that was and how it's feeling right now? You can just put it into the panelists. And if you're going to be doing the session seated or standing, we are going to come down onto the mat, but I am going to give you some alternatives then, standing or seated. So let's start off either seated or standing, feet hip width apart if you're standing. If you're seated, feet in front towards the edge of your chair, drawing the belly in so that you can still see your toes. So wherever you are. And then we're just going to start to find our feet. So lift the toes up and then press them all back down to the ground. So lifting toes up and then press down. And then imagine you're drawing your energy up your knees. Soft knees just a little, but draw your energy up into your belly button. So you imagine you're pulling up a zip into your pelvic floor, drawing all the way up. So imagine you're squeezing your inside, squeezing your inside your bottom as well upwards, and then hold and then let go just a little and then start to circle the shoulders. So breathing in, breathing out. So just gentle shoulder circles backwards. Keep the chin just away from the chest. And I did lose my internet connection this morning, so if I do go down, then I'll reload everything, but let's see how it goes. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we got it sorted. Good, 2 more with the shoulder circles backwards. And then hold the shoulders back and down. Imagine you're squeezing your shoulder blades backwards, squeezing your shoulders backwards, squeezing your shoulder blades down your back. And then just drop the chin gently forwards. If you have any osteoarthritis, especially in the spine or the neck, just be mindful with this one and with the curl downs, the roll downs we're going to do. Turn the head gently to one side, come back to the center. And then gently again, nod the chin down, breathe out. Keep that connection with the big toe and the little toe on the ground. Gently changing to the opposite side, breathing out. Come back to the center. Good. Draw up with that pelvic floor. Feel as if you're pulling everything inwards and upwards. Squeeze the bottom. Let go just a little and then circle the shoulders forwards. So we've got about 40 minutes today. We'll finish just before 10 o'clock. Well, at 10 o'clock. And then there'll be time for any questions in the chat if you've got any. Good, just 2 more, circling forwards with those shoulders. And then again, circle them backwards, just release them back again down the spine. Good. Take that chin and just tilt the ear this time towards the shoulder. Just towards the shoulder, and then come back to the center. Just notice how it feels, how the shoulder feels. Zip up with this dip into the belly. Taking the head to the opposite shoulder. Good, come back to the center. 1 more each side. Let me just check the chat. 1 more each side. Cool, okay. So back to the center. Good, and then let's just start to float the arms. So let the feet be, again, just find the connection with the feet, little toe, big toe on the ground. Draw that energy upwards and into the belly button, squeeze the pelvis. And we're just going to rock the pelvis and then float the arms. So 1 hand on belly, 1 hand on back. And we're just going to squeeze the pelvis under. So we're not bending the knees and pushing the pelvis under. We're just having a gentle little squeeze. So you can see probably that there's only a little bit of movement. So I'm pulling up with my pelvic floor, squeezing my bottom, squeezing my glute muscles, and then just that little tiny rock underneath with the pelvis. So 2 more. You can put the hands at the front of the hips if you want. Just feel those hips just gently moving forwards. Last one. Good. Now keep that pelvis tilted just a little under. We're just going to float the arms. So we're going to breathe in, float the arms up to shoulder height, and then breathe out and release. Good. So breathe in, float to shoulder height. Remember, if you're seated, you're still doing all this seated. So up to you entirely. Breathing in, 2 more. Breathing out. So just notice how the shoulders feel as you lift the arms. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Breathe out. Good. Then we're going to just float up onto the toes. So breathe in, lift up, and just float onto the toes. And then breathe out and release. And again, breathe in, lift up. Breathe out and release. Good, 2 more. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, release. Last one. Breathe in, lift up. Breathe out, release. Good. So take a toe sweep forwards. So hands on the hips or out to the side or whatever you feel comfortable. Take the weight gently onto the left leg and just sweep that right toe out. Just sweep it out and bring it back. And again, sweep it out. Draw up with the belly. Try not to lean too much on that left hip. And then sweep out and come back. Good. 1 more. Sweep out. And come back, opposite side. So sweep out, come back, sweep out, come back. 2 more, sweep out, come back. Good, last one. So warming these hips up. This time I'm going to have to move my chair just a little. Just in the wrong place. So this time I'm going to sweep it out to the side. So sweep out to the side. And come back, same leg. So we're doing 5 on the same side. Come back, sweep out, just a little sweep. Good, 2 more, sweep out. So warming these hips up, come back, opposite side, sweep out. Good, sweep out. So I think we may stay standing today. We've got a couple of participants that I know maybe going to a little bit of struggling down on the ground, so we may stay standing today. I might do a couple of options on the ground, but mainly we're going to work standing. Come back to the center And just lift again, lift the toes up and just release all the toes back down to the ground. Now, if you're standing, we're going to come to a squat. Pilates squat, not a fitness squat. So we're going to take the weight back on the heels and take a nice slow squat. So drawing up through pelvic floor, take a breath in. When you're ready to breathe out, draw up pelvic floor and take that bottom back. So you're sitting the weight onto the heels. And then come all the way back. Now, if you've got your chair, you can use your chair, and you can actually use your chair, hold your chair, make sure it's steady, and then take your bottom back. So you're still holding the chair, or you can even hold the side of the chair. Take the bottom back. If you're sitting, you can just do a roll. So don't think about the squat. You can do the roll, so you can come up to seated. Keep going with those squats if you're still standing. Seated, coming up to a gentle squat there, or you can come from seated to standing in your squat. So think about leaning forwards and coming up from the chair, and then leaning backwards, sitting down on the chair. So options there. Good. Let's do, if you're standing, let's just do 2 more squats. So 2 more squats. And then roll the shoulders backwards again. So rolling those shoulders, just a shoulder roll. Good. And then coming back to focus on the feet, focus on those toes down on the ground, keep the connection with the toes. Draw up again through the pelvis, squeeze the bottom. We're just going to float one arm this time, and we're going to float it out to the side. So we're going to take the right arm, float it up to shoulder height, and then just take it gently out to the side. Notice how the shoulder feels. Come back to the center and lower it down. Good. Left side. So lifting up, taking the arm out. Just notice how that feels. Come back and release down. Good. One more on each side. So lifting up, taking it out, coming back, releasing down. Last one, lifting up. Good, coming back, releasing down. Good, so this is more functional Pilates. Lift both arms, breathing in, take the arms out wide, come back, and lower down. Good. This time we're coming up with the arms. We're going to draw the elbows back. Lift up to shoulder height. Draw the elbows back. Squeeze open the chest. Come back in and lower down. Good. Take a shoulder roll. So rolling the shoulders. So for those more used to traditional Pilates, mat-based Pilates, this Pilates is a combination of fitness Pilates and osteopathic Pilates, so more functional range of movements, and a little bit of a few movements that are more physiotherapy based. So to get everything moving, concentrating on shoulders in particular and hips and back. Good. This time, if you can, we're going to float up onto the toes. So lift the arms up to shoulder height, float onto toes, pull the elbows back, and then come all the way back. And release down. So this time you're thinking about pulling up with this pelvic floor, drawing the core in to keep nice and strong, coming up, pull shoulders back. Remember, if you're on the chair, you can still do this one and just lift the heels off the ground. Good. One more. Lift up, breathing in, pulling back, and then coming back, releasing down. Good. We're going to come to a roll down. So keep the toes, lift the toes off the ground, and then again find the feet, so all 10 toes on the ground, and then make sure you've got a little bit of weight on your heels as well as your toes. Take a gentle roll forward. So we're going to roll the shoulders to begin with, bring the hands to the thighs, tuck the chin in and start to roll through the back. So bring the weight forwards. Again, if you've got any arthritis in the spine, just be careful with this one. Maybe just do the chin tuck and then roll all the way back up. Circle shoulders backwards. Option again, float onto those toes if you want. Take the arms up to shoulder height, pull back. Don't have to come up onto the toes if you don't want to. Just lift the arms if you want to. Good, we're going to do one more. So circle shoulders forwards. Let me show you from the side. So circle shoulders forwards. drop the chin in, make sure the weight comes forwards. So looking down at those toes, just relaxing the shoulders, just coming as far as you want to, and then rolling all the way back up. Circle shoulders backwards, squeeze that bottom and jaw pelvic floor as you come up onto the toes, pull the arms back, press down with the big toes, and then release back down. Good, circle the shoulders again. We're going to come back to those feet. So this time with the feet, we're going to step out with opposite feet, so one foot and then the opposite foot. And this time we're going to take the arms forward. So we're going to just press out with the arms. So let's start with the right leg. So we're going to press out right leg, press out both arms, pull back. So make fists, pull the elbows back, press out left foot, pull back. And again, so right foot, pull back, left foot. You can go as slowly or as quickly as you want. So pulling back with those arms, make fists, pull the elbows back. Good, one more, point the toe out, pull it back. Good, then we're going to go out to the side. We're going to start with the elbows into the side of the body with the palms facing upwards, and then again make little fists if that's comfortable with your arms. This time we're going to take the leg out to the side, we're going to rotate the elbows outwards. So we take the right foot out and rotate the elbows so that they come from the side of the body, they lift up so your fists are pointing down to the ground, and then come back in, rotate the hands back up to palms up, take the opposite side, take it out, come back, and again take it out. So working the hips, you can hover the foot off the floor if you want more work for the core, more work for the glutes. So take that foot off or just slide it out. Again, if it's too strong on the arms, you don't have to do the arms. Good, one more on each side. Take the arms out, squeeze out. Good, come back to the center, relax the hands, bring both hands out in front, make fists. Just open and close the fingers, open and close the fingers, and then take them down by the side of the body, palms facing forwards, open and close the fingers. Just getting some movement into the hands, and then take the palms and rotate them backwards and forwards. This one's called jazz hands. So just rotating the arms backwards and forwards, and then take a hug, take the arms across the body, round the shoulders, and then threading the arms through the center, take the arms up to the ceiling, breathing in and releasing, breathing all the way out. Good, let's take a gentle twist. So bring the hands to the side of the thighs and just twist from side to side. So if you're doing this seated live class, if you're doing this seated, can you just put me a message in the chat to let me know that you are doing this one seated? Because the next one we're going to do, we can do seated, but it's a little bit more awkward, and I'll just show you an alternative. So just twisting side to side, warming up the back, and then we're going to come to side stretch. So hands at the side of the body, shoulders back, squeeze the bottom in, and then just reach out and just breathe out and come to a gentle side stretch, and then come back to the center. So stretching sideways through the back, through the mid waist and the ribs, stretching opposite side, come back to the center. And again, just stretching down to the side. Coming back to the center. Squeeze the shoulders back, opposite side. Come back to center. Two more. Stretching down to the side. Back to the center. Good, last one. Hopefully we're feeling a little bit more open now with our body. Back to the center. Good. So this time we're going to lift the arms above the head. Breathing, lift the arms above the head. Again, this one, if this one isn't for you, come back to the gentle side stretch. So come up with the arms above the head this time. Imagine you're holding a ball, or if you do have a ball, we work with quite often in my classes, we work with our Pilates ball. So imagine you've got your ball between your hands and you're just going to lean to one side. So take a breath out. Feel this stretch down this outside arm into the ribs. Take a stretch. Come back to the center. We're going to come down in the middle into that little squat. So take your weight forwards, your ball forwards if you've got a ball. Take the weight back on the heels. Come down to a little squat. And then come all the way back up. Reach above the head with the arms. Take a stretch to the opposite side. So imagine you're just stretching through that side waist. Come back to the center, make sure everything's even. Bring your arms down, bring the weight forward, sit back into the heels. Good, come all the way back up. Take that side stretch again. Relax the shoulders. Breathing out, really feel this side of the ribs opening up. Come back to the center. May feel the shoulders starting to work. We're only going to do one more, so stay with it if you can. Come all the way back up to center and then over to that opposite side. Breathing out. Good. Come back to the center. Last squat. All the way down. And then reaching up. And then this time, just let the arms go out to the side. Just release them all the way down. And again, just circle shoulders backwards. Good. So a little bit of work now for the core. So we're going to just do a leg lift to begin with, but I want you to think about working from your core area. So drawing up again, drawing up your pelvic floor, pulling your belly button towards your spine. So you're really strong around this central area. And this is what is going to help you to lift and lower the legs. So we're not leaning forwards, leaning back, we're just coming to here. If you've got any hip issues, just lift the foot off the floor to where it will feel good. You can hold the chair if you need to. Hold the chair and lift or hold the wall if you need to. So make sure you're feeling really stable. Take the weight onto that left foot to begin with. We'll work left foot to begin with. So take the weight onto the left foot and then just see if you can lift the right toe off the ground. So take the right toe off the ground, just lift it to where it wants to go. See if you can draw the belly button in, just lift that knee and then lower it back down. So just testing the weight. So just take the weight down to the ground and then up. Opposite side. So take the weight on the right foot. I'm working opposites today. Sometimes I forget which leg I'm on. Take the leg up. So take that left leg up, just take the toe off the floor. Draw the belly in, so really pull strongly upwards with your pelvic floor muscles and in with your belly button. And then keeping that connection, lower it slowly down to the ground. Good. So we're going to try a little bit higher if we can. If you just want to take it to there, that's fine. So remember, you're working from here though. So draw in through the core, and then see if you can bring your left hand to your right knee. So bring the left hand up to the right knee. And then all the way back down slowly. And then opposite side. So right hand to left knee. Draw up. Keep drawing up with the core. And release back down. Good. One more. Lifting up. And lowering. Under control. Opposite side. Lift up. And tap down. Good. Take a roll down. So roll the shoulders forwards. Gently release through the spine. Breathe out. Rolling all the way. And then rolling all the way back up. Circle shoulders backwards. You can float up onto the toes if you want to. Take a float. Keep those big toe down. Good, release. So we're going to do that a little bit quicker. So take it at your own pace. If you're sitting on the chair again, you can still lift the legs. So just a little leg lift if you can. So breathing in, we're going to lift right leg. Lifting up. Left leg. Lifting up. Controlling this core. So just lifting up, hand to knee. If you want a little bit more work, you can take the arms to the ceiling in between. Take the hand to the outside edge of the knee. So 2 more, but we're thinking about this core all the time. Core is drawing up and in as we lift and allowing the leg to lower rather than allowing the leg to drop. Good, 2 more. Last one. And release. Good. Take a roll down. Roll shoulders. If you're not doing the roll down, if you have any back issues and you don't like the roll down, take a gentle squat to release, or just a gentle pelvic tilt. So coming all the way back up, circle shoulders forwards, float onto those toes if you want to. Good, one more, circle forwards, gentle roll down, breathing out. Coming all the way back up. Circle shoulders backwards, floating up. So you should feel the core working. No, we haven't done any sit-ups or anything like that, but you should feel the core working just from engaging with that pelvic floor on these movements that we're doing. Okay, so we're going to work shoulders again now. So this one with the shoulders, quite a simple move, but you will feel it in the shoulders. So we're going to take the right hand and we're going to lift the arm above the head with the thumb facing backwards. So the thumb is going to face back. And all we're going to do is draw in, so squeeze this pelvic floor upwards and inwards, squeeze the glutes under, and we're just going to pulse this this right arm backward. So just pulsing backwards with this arm, but your belly and your body is going to want to go like this. So you've got to keep everything else really still and just pulse with that arm. So just squeezing backwards, keeping everything strong. So we're going to do 10 little pulses on that side, then bring that hand to the shoulder and circle the elbow backwards. So just circle the elbow backwards. And then take the opposite arm. So lift it up above your head, have your thumb facing backwards. Take it a little wider. So you'll imagine you're just pulsing backwards to the side of your head. So just pulsing backwards, but the thumb is the one all doing the work. Pulsing back. And then bring the hand to the shoulder, circle the elbow backwards. So just opening up this chest. Good, then we're going to take both hands behind the back. So palms facing outwards behind the back. Keep the belly strong again. Draw up pelvic floor, squeeze the glutes under. Take the arms as far back as you can. And again, just pulse both hands backwards this time. Pulsing them back, palms facing up, shoulders squeezing backwards. Keep the chin lifted. So just squeezing backwards and then release. And again, circle shoulders. And then take the hands again, take them behind the back, palms facing outwards, but this time you're going to cross them over. So squeeze the shoulder blades back and you're going to cross the hands one way. So cross them one way. You're just doing little pulses so the hands are crossing, and then change sides, cross them the other way. Keep pulsing back with the shoulders. And then pulse one way and then the other way. So take one cross, just for confusing the mind as well as the hands. So just crossing them back, squeezing the shoulder blades back, and then release. Circle the shoulders. So the shoulders have such a massive effect on posture. If you're rounded through the shoulders and you're just restricted in the chest, has such an impact on the rest of the body, on the back and on the neck. But also functionally, you think of all the things that we need to do to put things on, to reach things out of cupboards, to lift things and carry things. It has such an impact. So we really need to focus on keeping these shoulders mobile and keeping nice and open. Good, we're going to come back to the feet and the hips now. So we've done a few sweeps. We're going to come to a lunge now. So again, if you have any limited mobility or you're not comfortable with the lunges today, come back to the sweep. So you can either you can do the front sweep and the side sweep. So that's your option if you don't want to come to a lunge, your choice. Otherwise, we're going to start just with the right leg. So we're going to do a bent leg lunge. So we're going to come forwards with the right leg, but we're going to bend both legs. So the front leg bends and the back leg bends. So taking your back knee down to the ground, towards the ground, tilting the pelvis under. So you're coming into this kind of a position. So keep the pelvis tilted under, bend that back knee. So we're going to do 5 on each side. So take a step forward. You can bring the arms out in front if you want, come back. So press forwards like we did before, pull back. So press forwards, turn that back knee under, pull back. Good, press forwards, pull back. Good, in the middle, we're going to do 5 squats. So again, pulling up with that pelvic floor. If you have a ball or a cushion, you can put a ball or a cushion between the knees, helps engage the pelvic floor a little bit more, and take that gentle squat. Make sure you can feel the weight on the heels. So when you come down into your squat, you almost want to feel like you can just wiggle your toes and then come back up. So pull up and squat. Again, really functional. I'm doing women's trigger point Pilates pelvic floor courses at the moment, and getting really good results from some of the pelvic floor exercises in terms of help with stress incontinence, with how many times you need to go to the toilet in the night, how you feel just walking around. Really good. When we've done the last one, we're going to change legs. So coming all the way down, coming all the way back. So take that lunge forwards on the other leg. Remember, you've got to tilt that pelvis under as you come forward. So take a step forward, arms out if you want. Drop the low back hip down, come all the way back. So coming forwards and pull back. So building some strength in the legs, but also building strength in the core, but mobilizing through the hips as well. So with our fitness Pilates, it's not quite as traditional as normal Pilates, as mat based, but you're still getting a good functional workout. When you've done 5, come back to that squat. So toes, lift the toes, place them all the way down. Think about again, drawing up, take that squat. So sitting back, if you can go a little lower now, you can, just see how the knees feel, but making sure you're still pulling up with this pelvic floor. So you're not letting go. Good. So we want to really work functionally rather than just thinking about strengthening the legs and the core, thinking about the other areas of the body that really affect our lives. Good, last one. Good, so now just have a walk through the legs, just release through the legs. And we're going to lift one foot if we can and circle the ankle. If you don't want to lift the foot, just circle the hip on the floor, circle the ankle one way, circle it the opposite way. If you can lift the foot, circle the ankle, circle it the opposite way, keeping this core strong, opposite side. So lifting, circling, oh, clicky ankles this morning. Circling the other way, or circle it on the floor. Get some movement into that hip. Good, I'm just going to move my chair. And we're going to do side lunges. So this time we're going to lunge out to the side. So feet in front again. Make sure they're hip distance. Hands on the hips for the first couple, and then get your balance. So again, if you don't want to do the lunge, you can just do the side sweep or the side leg lift, up to you. Otherwise, from here, we're going to take the right leg out. We're going to step out to the side, take that side lunge. So bending the right leg, left leg stays straight, and then push off the right leg, come back to the center. We're going to do 5 on the same side. So step out with that right, come back. Remember to pull up pelvic floor still. Coming all the way back, stepping out. Make sure the knees going over the toes. Last one. Good, and then come to the opposite side. So stepping out, step out left knee. Make sure the knees pushing out over the toes, coming back. Stepping out, keep the opposite leg straight. So getting some movement, more movement into the hips, strengthening through the ankles. Really, again, really important we work on feet. Last one, I think we've done 5. We're going to do a foot workshop in a couple of weeks' time, because we don't do enough work with our feet, and we're on them a lot of the time, we're on them all day, and they really do affect the rest of our posture. And it's amazing how much you can change what the feet do in order to improve your posture. So come back to the center, we're going to roll down. So take a gentle roll, breathing out, just take that roll down, just releasing through the spine. Come a little further if you can, if it feels good and you feel supported. Otherwise, just to where you want to go, and then roll all the way back up again. Circle shoulders backwards, float arms, come onto toes. And release, good, one more. Releasing all the way down. Coming all the way back up. Circle shoulders backwards, float arms. Good, and release. So it's Mental Health Awareness Week in May. I'm just starting to work on some classes for that. I've been invited to do some sessions. So it's really important when you're doing some of the exercises that you focus on your mental health as well as your physical health. And one of the things that helps with mental health and with brain stimulation is the alternate sides. So as we've just done, taking one foot forwards and one foot back helps to challenge the mind. Taking the opposite hand to the opposite knee helps to challenge the mind. So we're going to try and combine a few of those now. If you get lost, just come back to doing the exercise on the same side, or do it really slowly. So there's no rush with this one. Just take your time. I'm going to work quite quick, but that's going to help challenge your mind as well as your body. So we're going to start off just with a toe tap out to the front. So we're going to start right leg, push the hands out. So right leg pushes out, come back, and then left leg pushes out. We're going to do one more, right leg and left leg. Good. Now take it out to the side, right leg and then left leg. Good. And right leg and left leg. Good. Take a forward lunge. So right leg comes forwards, come back, and left leg comes forwards and back. And again, right leg forwards and back. Remember, work as slowly as you want to. Left leg back. Take a side lunge. So if you're working slowly, just do one to each side. Take a side lunge, not enough room there. Come out to the side. Make sure you've got more room than I have. Take it to the side. Good. Knee lifts. So right knee lifts, left knee lifts. And again, right knee lifts, left knee lifts. Good. Right, back to the right leg. Push it out in front, pull back and left. Pull back. And again, push out, pull back. And left. Good. Take it out to the side. Wide arms this time if you can. Left out to the side. Wide. And left. Good. Come forwards with that lunge. So right leg lunge. Take the arms up. Left leg lunge. Good. Right leg lunge. And a left leg lunge. Good. And to the side. Right leg to the side. Take the arms out wide. Left leg to the side. Good. Right leg to the side. Left leg to the side. Good. Knee lift, arms high this time if you can. Knee lift. 2 on each side. Good. And release. Take a roll down. Breathing out. Hopefully as well you're getting a little bit of a cardio workout with that one. Remember to keep pulling up with the pelvic floor when you do any movements though. So pull up pelvic floor before you move. So breathing out, one more roll down. So we're going to finish off just with one of each move on each side. So a little bit quicker again, just to challenge that brain. Remember, you can do it slow if you need to. So take a breath in, focus, find that nice posture to begin with, and think about coming back to this posture in between each movement. So drawing in, pulling up pelvic floor, shoulders relaxed down the spine, chin just gently lifted. So let's go. Right leg first. Right leg taps. Good. Left leg taps. Out to the side. Right leg. Left leg. Good. Lunge forwards. Right leg lunge. Left leg lunge. Side lunge. Right leg. And the opposite side. Left leg. Good. Knee lift. Right leg. Knee lift, left leg. Good. We're going to come one more round. So toe tap right, toe tap left. Good. Toe tap to the side right, toe tap left. Good. Forward lunge, right lunge, and left lunge. Left to the side, right to the side. Knee lift, and relax. Good. Well done. Hopefully that's given you a little bit of mental lift. Take a roll down. Gently roll down and come all the way back up to the center. Rolling shoulders back. So let's just take a few minutes just to refocus, get our breath back, and we're going to focus again just down onto the toes. So I want you to just find your feet and just again make sure, just check where your balance is. So bring your weight back a little onto your heels, forwards onto your toes, and then left side, right side, and then think about finding that balance in between. So find that balance and then draw all 10 toes up off the ground if you can. And think about left foot. So think about your left foot, place your left little toe down, then each toe up to the big toe. Keep that right toe lifted if you can. Then right toe, little toe all the way to big toe. Push them all the way down. Now lift up onto the toes, come to a calf raise. Push all 10 toes down and release back down. Good, this time, lift all 10 toes up. Right toe this time, big toe first, all the way down to little toe. And then left toe, all the way down, big toe, all the way down to little toe. Don't worry if you can't do it, just think about it. Let your brain connect with your feet. It will come, maybe it will come. If you've got any issues with feet, it may not, but your brain connection to your feet is so important. Good, take that calf raise again, arms up, lift up, and release down. Good, one more, lifting up. And release down. Good, now find the focus on the feet, keep the feet relaxed on the ground. Heels, just take the weight a little bit into the heels as well. And then just start to, again, circle the shoulders. So circling backwards, just breathing in, breathing out. And then let's come back to this arm float. So we're going to float one arm up, right arm floats up, float it out to the side. Just notice how it feels now. Now we've done a little bit more mobilizing and a little bit more work. Take that one up again, float it out. See how the shoulders, how the chest feels. Good, opposite side, float it up, float it out. Come back to the center, lower it down. Good, one more, lifting up, floating out. Good, both arms this time. So lift them up, breathe in, float them out. And release. Good, this time, float the arms up, keep them at shoulder height. And we're just going to turn both hands to the right side. So imagine you're keeping your hips to the front. You're just turning your belly button and your arms. So just a gentle twist through the spine. Take them round to where they want to go. And then bring them all the way back to the center. And then the opposite side. So taking them over to one side, keeping the hips still. So imagine you're pushing backwards with your right hip, taking your arms to the left, and then come back to the center. Good, one more. So keep that left hip pushing back. Come round to the right with the arms, and then come back to the center. And then one more, lift. So keep that hip pushing back, turn the arms to the right, to the left even, come all the way back. Lower the arms down, take a swing. So bring the feet a little wider apart, just swing the arms from side to side. So just touching each hip, just a gentle swing. Just warming that body. Just releasing it in through the spine. So this is a great one to do first thing in the morning if you don't have time, but you just feel like you need a little bit of an energizer. Just take this gentle twist side to side or the gentle roll down. Good, come back to the center and then start to just move the head again. So drop the chin into the chest, breathe out, lift the head up to the center. Take it gently to one side. So again, just be aware, have you got a little bit more movement in it now? If you had, if it was a little tight at the beginning of class, drop the chin down, breathe out, lifting up, take it to the opposite side. So we don't realise sometimes as well how tight our neck gets. And it's really important again to do this kind of movement to make sure you mobilise the shoulders first. They have such an impact on the head and the neck. But just mobilising the neck. And being aware of when the chin is just lifted to the right angle and when it's dropped down, just to make sure that it's in the right place. Good. Take the hands in, take a hug, breathe in, round through the spine. And then take the arms up above the head, take a big stretch, breathing in. And then breathe out, release the arms down to the sides of the body. Good, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed class today. I know it was a standing class, seated class, so hopefully you had those two options and everybody got something out of it. If you have any questions, please put them in the chat. I'm going to put in the chat box my website and my contact details so that if anybody wants to get in touch, then they can do. And I do classes normally. I do regular classes on Zoom at the moment. I'm just starting out in the park with group classes. So there'll be group classes. I normally do them at Newham City Farm Visitor Centre, but we're not inside at the moment. But we are going outside in the park this morning. And we do this kind of session. So we do a mobility session. But obviously the benefit to some degree of that is I can see you and you can ask questions as we go along. So I'm sure Pat will have some questions for me this morning after that session.